a time, in a land where the skies were painted with the colors of twilight and the rivers sang lullabies, there existed a clock unlike any other. It was not a clock that hung on a wall or sat upon a mantelpiece, but a colossal, living clock that stood at the heart of the world. Its gears were as large as houses, its pendulum swung with the rhythm of the earth, and its hands moved with the precision of the stars. Within this clock lived a girl named Elara, the clockmaker's daughter, whose destiny was entwined with the very fabric of time itself. The camera pans through the vast interior of the clock, revealing towering gears, spinning cogs, and golden springs that hum with life. The sound of ticking fills the air, steady and rhythmic. Elara, a young girl with wild curls and a smudge of oil on her cheek, climbs a ladder to reach a high platform. She carries a wrench and a small jar of oil. Elara hums softly as she oils a squeaky gear, her movements practiced and precise. She pauses to glance out of a tiny window, her eyes reflecting the golden light of the setting sun. The world outside is a blur of motion, but inside the clock, everything is calm and orderly. Suddenly, the ticking falters. A loud clunk echoes through the chamber, and the clock shudders. Elara's eyes widen in alarm. She rushes to a control panel, her fingers flying over levers and dials. The clock's hands stutter, then stop. Elara whispers to herself, "Time is breaking." Elara steps outside the clock for the first time. The world is beautiful but strange. The sky is a patchwork of day and night, with stars twinkling beside the sun. Birds fly backward, and flowers bloom and wither in seconds. She walks through a village where people are trapped in repeating actions. A baker kneads the same loaf of bread over and over, his face frozen in frustration. A child chases a butterfly that disappears and reappears in the same spot. Elara approaches the baker and asks, "What's happening?" The baker doesn't look at her. "It's always today," he mutters. "Always today." Elara's heart sinks. She knows she must act quickly. In the village square, Elara notices a boy sitting on a bench, staring at a pocket watch. He looks up as she approaches. "You're not stuck in the loop," he says, surprised, "and neither are you." Elara replies. The boy introduces himself as Finn. He explains that he's been living the same day for years, unable to move forward. He shows her his pocket watch, which is frozen at the same time. "I think I can help," Elara says. "But I need your help too." Finn agrees, and together they set off on a journey to fix the clock. The forest is eerie and enchanting. Trees glow with a soft, golden light, and the air is filled with whispers. Shadows flit between the trees, taking the shape of half-remembered faces. Elara and Finn walk cautiously, following a map etched into a piece of parchment. They reach a clearing where a tree stands taller than the others. In its hollow lies a shard of crystallized time, glowing faintly. As Elara reaches for the shard, a shadowy figure emerges from the tree. "It's the memory of her father, the clockmaker, Elara," he says, his voice echoing. "Fixing the clock will come at a cost. Time is not just a machine, it's a living thing. It demands balance." Elara hesitates but takes the shard. "I have no choice," she says. The figure fades, and the forest grows darker. The river is wide and shimmering, its waters filled with flickering images of the past. The river guardian, a creature made of water and light, rises from the surface. "To cross, you must answer my riddle," it says. "What can be broken but never held?" Elara thinks for a moment. "A promise," she answers. The guardian smiles and steps aside. On the other side of the river, they find a vial of liquid starlight, glowing like a tiny galaxy. The mountain is steep and treacherous, its peak hidden in clouds. At its base, a clockwork dragon guards the path. Its eyes glow with the light of 1,000 suns, and its wings are made of golden gears. Elara and Finn devise a plan. Finn distracts the dragon by throwing rocks, while Elara sneaks behind it to pluck a feather from its wing. The dragon roars in anger but cannot catch them as they flee down the mountain. Back inside the clock, Elara works tirelessly. She uses the shard of crystallized time to mend the cracked gear, the vial of liquid starlight to bind it together, and the dragon's feather to give it power. As she places the gear back into its rightful place, the clock begins to tick again. The hands move, the pendulum swings, and the world outside begins to heal. But Elara feels herself growing weaker. She realizes that to keep time alive, she must become a part of the clock. "I have to do this," she tells Finn. "It's the only way." Finn tries to stop her, but Elara steps into the heart of the clock. Her body dissolves into light, merging with the gears and springs. The world outside is restored. The sun rises and sets as it should, and the seasons change in their proper order. Finn looks at his pocket watch, which now ticks forward. He smiles, knowing Elara's sacrifice was not in vain. Years later, the clock still stands, its hands moving with the precision of the stars. People speak of the Clockmaker's daughter, the girl who saved time itself. Finn, now an old man, visits the clock and places a single flower at its base. "Thank you, Elara," he whispers. The camera pans up to the clock's face, where the hands continue to move, steady and sure. The ticking echoes like a heartbeat, a reminder of the girl who gave everything for the sake of time. If you enjoyed this tale of courage, sacrifice, and the magic of time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more enchanting stories. Leave a comment below to let us know what you thought of Elara's journey.